I'm going to invite someone to the stage now, and I'm going to say a little word about him. His name is Tom Smith. We are brothers separated at birth. Have you ever thought about that, Tom? We have the same haircut. But I do feel like he is a brother. I met Tom back in 2009, and it was at the Renovare conference, and I was super tired. I'd been leading these 4-hour workshops, and someone said, "You need to meet this guy, Tom Smith. He's connected with Renovare in some ways, and the stuff you do and stuff he does is great. You guys I think you'd hit it off." And so I was completely wiped out, and I wasn't going to go. But the person who told me I should meet him called me one last time and said, "So you're going to go see Tom?" And so, guilt is an effective motivator. And so I went, yeah, I'm going to go meet him. I walked in, and within 5 minutes, I thought, I love this guy. This guy has been soaking in the kingdom. And since then, we've become good friends. We did some great ministry stuff together in Rio de Janeiro. Tough job. And so through the years, just grown closer. And he shared with me some early chapters of a book that he'd been working on. It only took me one chapter to know this book needs to be published. So I went right to InterVarsity Press, and I said, well, you guys got to read this. And they said, yeah, this is a great voice, a great approach, a word that we need. So his book, Raw Spirituality, is out now. It's only been out 3 months, and it's great. You should check it out. But I don't want to say any more because I want you to talk. Brother Tom Smith, stage is yours.
Thanks, my friend. Love the joke. Well, good afternoon. It will take you about a minute to adjust to my accent, so just so that you know. So I'm from South Africa. I live in Johannesburg. I'm really appreciative of the work Jim is doing, and also Renovare. I'm a pastor there, and I work with spiritual formation, and my passion is to integrate the worlds of spiritual formation and mission. So I'm doing postgrad work on missiology and spirituality. So I'll share some stories today. What a first session, right? Oh, wow. Beautiful, beautiful word. Someone came up afterwards and said, it's going to be hard to upstage that. And I said the same that Jim said. I said, I didn't know it was a competition, right? I love the theologian Stanley Hauerwas. He was elected as one of the best theologians in America. And Time magazine phoned him up and asked him, so how do you feel? And he said, well, best is not a theological category. I love that. Will you join me in a word of prayer? Jesus, we thank you for your life. And we thank you that you have come to teach us how to live a life that is life-giving. And you know each and every one here. You know where our stories are taking us right now. And we can pray and ask, Father, in your gracious presence, to help us through your Spirit, to let our lives become part of your story in such a way that this world becomes a better place. We thank you that you have taught us to pray that your kingdom will come, and we thank you that you are sending each one of us into the different communities we're in to be a living presence and a sign and a taste, a foretaste of the kingdom. I pray for our time together now that you will be with us, and I thank you for that and pray it in Jesus' name. Amen. So I'm in AA, you start meetings and say, I'm a recovering alcoholic. So I am a recovering church idolater. And it might sound funny, but for a long time, my life was not Jesus-centered. And it's still a temptation not to be Jesus-centered. And so in 2003, my wife and I started a community together. It's called Claypot. It's still running. I'm not the paid pastor there, so I'm not a professional Christian in our community, which has great benefits to it. And one of the things our community really, really feels strongly about is that we had to recover what it means to follow Jesus. We are apprenticed to Jesus, right? And so I want to just ground our time together in a text. So if you have your Bible here, you can turn to Luke chapter 10. And we're going to look, it's a very, very famous chapter, and we're going to look at verses 25 to 37. I'll have it on the board too, and I'm reading out of the ESV. So Luke narrates this. Luke, if you want to read someone who is understanding formation and mission, I think Luke is incredible. Wrote most of the New Testament in volume, if you take Luke and Acts together. It says, "And behold, a lawyer stood up to put him to the test, saying, 'So teacher, what shall I do to inherit eternal life?' And he said to him, 'What is written in the law? How do you read it?' And so he answered, 'You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength and with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself.' And so Jesus said to him, 'You have answered correctly. Do this, and you will live.'" We'll take this passage in chunks, but I want you to notice something here. Jesus pulls out of this man the information he already has, and then he invites him to say yes, to go with last night and this morning. One of the biggest temptations in spiritual formation is not to act on the information we already have, and to yearn for repackaging of that information and think that is growth. My colleague, Audrey Marie van Heerden, she's also South African. She has a beautiful life and story. She's fond of saying this: too much information in the head without an embodying in life makes your heart sick. And I think one of the things that incapacitates my life with Jesus is when I become an information glutton. And it's very interesting that Jesus just pulls what is in that man's life out and say, now act on it. Yes, you can. The text goes further and it says, but he, so he's caught out a little, all right? He's asking Jesus a question. Jesus turns the question back on him, and then it says, but he, desiring to justify himself, said to Jesus, and who's my neighbor? And Jesus said, I'm glad you asked. He replied, a man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho, and he fell among robbers who stripped him and beat him and departed, leaving him half dead. Now by chance, a priest was going down that road, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. And so, likewise, a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, he passed by on the other side. But a Samaritan, as he journeyed, came to where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion. I want you to notice something. The text here starts with that the man wanting to justify himself. If you look at formation, you will find that one of the beautiful things about formation is that the world of formation opens up as we get invited into the wild, wild adventure of seeking God's kingdom. Jesus would say it this way. He said, Matthew 6:33, you can go back one, Lolly, is when you seek God and His kingdom and His righteousness, something starts to happen. But this man is stifled, and so he wants to justify himself. One of the things I think that's very, very helpful for me is to work on my justifications, on why I am not moving into God's neighborhood. And the way I think I can describe this is something that I was taught by a guy by the name of Charles Taylor. He calls it excarnation. And here's what he writes about it. He writes that excarnation is the steady disembodying of the spiritual life so that it is less and less carried in deeply meaningful bodily forms and lies more and more in the head. So this guy, he digs what Jesus is saying, but he wants to continue the conversation. And so Jesus moves him along with a story. One of the biggest challenges for us as followers of Jesus, as the body of Christ, is to battle against the continual temptation to excarnate, to just become what James K.A. Smith calls heads on sticks. I opened my book with this story, and I'm very grateful for IVP for helping me get the book out. And I mean, I know a lot of people stumble on this first story, so put on your seat buckles. I love working in coffee shops because I get to meet people there. And one day I was working, and a man came to me, and he said to me, he saw my PowerPoint, and he said, "You're a pastor." He said, "Praise the Lord. Now there are 2 born-again people here." I'm like, "How do you know that? Like, the whole restaurant is full." But then in between serving me, he sits down and he says, "Pastor, I have a problem." And I'm like, "Yes." And then he serves people and he comes back. He says, "I accepted Jesus into my heart 3 months ago. But my problem is I love sex. And every Sunday after the service, I have promiscuous sex with someone else." And he goes away and he serves a table and he comes back and he sits down. And here is his final line. He says, "My problem is I have accepted Jesus into my heart, but he's not in my penis." I've been a pastor at that point for 20 years. It was my first conversation like that. But here's what I want you to notice. I don't have it up here, but if you read, for instance, the book of Romans, Paul would say in Romans 6:13, "Offer every member of your body as an instrument of what? Righteousness." It's the same Greek word this guy used that he wanted to justify himself. And so here's the thing. I am a recovering churchaholic and idolater, trying to learn what it means to use this body interlinked with the bodies of my friends to make a difference in the neighborhoods where we live. Otherwise, it becomes kind of a weird thing we are doing, where we are blowing up our heads. Paul would say that it would just puff us up. We'll become all wind. Now, when Jesus tells this story, and Luke writes it, it is brilliant. The first thing I want you to notice is the role of eyes. Our eyes, it's incredibly important in the journey of missional formation. Jesus would say it this way. He said, "If you have a good eye, your whole body would be full of light." Now, that was a Jewish saying. We have spiritualized that. We will say, "Oh, you can see Jesus in that person's eyes." No, they just had a lot of coffee, you know. Now, there's obviously, you can see it. But in the Jewish syntax, that meant that you were someone who you had a good eye when you saw something and acted on it. You had a bad eye or an evil eye when you shut down. Now, in this text, 3 people see. The first person, and Luke writes brilliantly, he says, the first person is on the hodos. He's on the highway, and he sees. And his response is he goes to the other side. He moves. So he goes to the other side, right? Then he narrates the second person, the Levite. And he's not on the hodos. He uses a different word. He's on the topos, the topos. It's where we get our English word topographic from. And it says he also sees, but his response, and Luke says it this way, likewise, his response is he goes to the other side. But then he says there's a person, and what he does is he goes towards a person. From the highway to the place to a person. Most of our formational invitations goes through the rhythm of a steady embodying where we move from a highway life to a life of discovering a specific place which connects you with certain people. It has always been that way. And one of the biggest problems is when we just stay on the highway level. This is when my Christianity is built on the testimonies of other people's people stories. I just stay on a highway level. And so Jesus tells the story to invite this guy deeper and deeper in. This is one of my spiritual formation heroes. If anyone can name this guy's name without reading, this is, sorry, I gave it away, obviously. Albert Lutuli was the first African Nobel Prize winner. He was a Methodist minister, but he was also very, very involved in our country's broken system. Because remember, I'm from that country that used, as Brenda said this morning, the story of Jesus to legitimize apartheid. And here's what Albert Lutuli said. He said, if the Christian concern is with people and not disembodied principles, its concern must be with the conditions under which its people live. And then he said, Christianity must be concerned with what is going on here and now. In the early church, they had a system called catechism that helped people to become apprentices of Jesus. This morning, while Brenda was talking, I was reminded of this guy. He's a missiologist and an Anabaptist, Alan Crader. And he writes about these early Christian communities, and he says what they did was they helped people to become part of communities that were different. He writes it this way. He said they wanted to reform pagan people. Listen to these words. To re-socialize them, to deconstruct their old world and to reconstruct a new one, so that they would emerge as Christian people at home in communities of freedom. And then he writes, to help the catechumens progress on this journey, the catechists needed especially to instruct them in two areas essential to the life of any community, and that is a community story. Like I know a nut in this room that would call it narrative. And then they had to retrain themselves in folk ways. Listen to these words. Lolly, you can go 1-1 now. Listen to this. Reform. Brenda used it this morning. Re-socialize. I want to say this. You cannot grow past the place you are right now if you are stuck, if you don't get new people in your life. I said to my workshop this morning, we have a saying in the work I do, that the theology that keeps you stuck at the moment won't change if you keep on theologizing in the same building with the same people where you formed that theology. Jesus does this. Listen further to these words. It says, not only re-socialize, but deconstruct and reconstruct. This is exciting stuff. And then he ends off by saying this. You can go on, Lolly. Another one. He says he uses the term folkways rather than ethics or morality because it has to do with the ways of people which are often assumed rather than consciously thought out. And then he says, these ways are habits. They become reflexes. And then he said, the pagans undergoing this catechism needed to be re-habituated so that they would react to situations of tension and difficulty in a distinctive new way. Not like pagans, but like members of a Christian community. And then ideally like Jesus. And then he says, and at the heart of these folkways was imitation. And that's why life example became so important. Let me tell you a story. So I grew up in South Africa, and I drank the Kool-Aid of racism very, very deeply. And when we went back, we lived in the States from 2000 to 2003, and as we moved back and started to rediscover the life of Jesus, we saw that the other was kind of important to him. And so I did a prayer. I said, Jesus, please bring someone into my life that's different than me. And we planted a church, and so God sent us a gift. And the gift was wrapped in the life of a person. And here he is. His name is David Mashele. And David Mashele started to join our Sunday community. And he did two things that greatly upset us. The first thing he did was he washed his car in the parking lot of the church building every Sunday because that's where he could get water. And the second thing was, before the service, he would pray out loud, Pentecostal style, for the service that was about to commence. And it upset people. They were like, this is the Sabbath. He can't wash his car. And when I come to the service, I want it to be like a spiritual atmosphere. This is just a ruckus. And so, slowly but surely, God started to use David in our lives to show us what lives look like, interpreted through a Venda South African. And slowly but surely, stuff started to happen. David told me, you can go back one, Lolly. David told me that he had an office in a different town. And my reflexes were that this guy was taking me for a ride. Because in South Africa, we were taught that all person of another color wants to get you. They want to trick you in some way. And so one day, David asked me. He was also a pastor. He moved to the city where we were because he didn't have enough money. And so one of his parishioners died, and he said, come and do with me the funeral. So I drove with him to his house. In South Africa, it's called a location. Locations were the places where we put all the poor people so that they wouldn't interfere with our highfalutin lives. And I drove with David to his house in Venda. And he showed me his shop. Here's the picture of his shop. And we went into his house. And a lady opened up her bedroom for me. She slept on the floor and she said, hospitality for me, because I love Jesus, is a big thing. I want you to sleep in my bed. And slowly but surely, God moved me from a highway to a place to specific people. Jesus goes on with the story and he says, this guy, the Samaritan, went to him and he bound up his wounds and he poured out oil and wine. And then he set him on his own animal and brought him to an inn and took care of him. And the next day he took out 2 denarii and gave them to the innkeeper, saying, take care of him, and whatever more you spend, I will repay you when I come back. And then he asked, which of these 3 do you think proved to be a neighbor to the man who fell among the robbers? And he said, the one who showed him mercy. And Jesus said to him, you go and do likewise. Here's what I want you to notice. Jesus tells this story to a Jewish audience. The person hijacked was most probably also Jewish. And Jesus tells a story not of a Jew being a hero in a Samaritan's life, but he tells a story where you become someone who is accepted by the neighbor. As a white South African who was the oppressed, this is a huge part of my own missional journey, is being in positions of weakness. And I'm going to be frank now. Unfortunately, first world countries have a reputation of coming into countries like mine and trying to be the heroes. And it's almost, I think, as if Jesus is asking, who are you willing to open your life to so that you can receive mercy? Here's a picture with a story. In 2011, I jogged 40 kilometers 1 week, and on the Monday felt a bit weak and thought I made my coffee too strong, but it ended up that I had a heart attack. And so I stand here before you. I've had a triple bypass. and it was tough. It was very, very hard. I had familial cholesterol that I didn't know of. One day, in my recuperation, you have to stay in your room like for 8 weeks. You have these weird white compression socks on. It doesn't make you look very manly. And it was a hot African day, and I was at home, and I'm an extrovert, so there's always people, so Lolly sort of started to organize my schedule. And one morning, I open up my door, and the person at the door is David Mashele. His story continued. We supported him as a pastor and sent him back to Venda, which is about 4 hours away. And what happened was David Mashele, that morning, at 4 in the morning, jumped onto a bus to come and visit me. And he walked into my room, and I was sitting there with my weird-looking white socks. And he looked at me and he said to me, Tom, they have an affectionate word for whites. They call it mlungu. He said, Mlungu, your toenails are very, very long. He said, would you mind if I cut your toenails? And here comes this guy who has this story with white people like me. He comes and he shows me mercy. And I think formational journeys has to do with people moving from highways to places to people. And where we learn how to learn a new way of living. Jesus would say it this way. Matthew 11, this is Eugene Peterson's paraphrase. He says, are you tired, worn out, burned out on religion? He says, come to me. And remember, he likes disguising himself in the other. And he says, get away with me, and you will recover your life. I will show you how to take a real rest. Walk with me and work with me. Watch how I do it. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace. I won't lay anything heavy or ill-fitting on you. Keep company with me, and you will learn to live freely and lightly. I want to end off with an image. At the heart of the story of Christians is that Father, Son, and Holy Ghost formed an intimate community. And then they said, let's make this party bigger. They said, let's add people to this beautiful story. And ever since, God has been looking for bodies to become part of that story. And I'm going to show you something, because I think the music and the rhythm and the dance of God is something that pulls us in. And I'm going to show you a video. It's about guys in Utah called the Piano Guys. Just watch it. It's a space for you to just reflect in. So just enjoy this. The beauty of God's dream for this world is that each one of us gets to contribute and become part of the symphony. And it happens in each one of our lives. It's not just the guys going overseas. Your beautiful music starts the moment you open your eyes and say, good morning, God. I want to end with 2 questions. What music are you going to play? And will you be open to let someone else show you mercy? Let's pray. God, we thank you for your goodness and your love. We thank you that you are an awesome, beautiful God. We thank you, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, that you are creating a new world as we speak. Jesus, we thank you that you have interpreted God in the language of a human life. And we ask that you will help us to join in your life. Help us with our rationalizations. I pray that you will lead us so that we will be able to walk with you day by day, and that together with our friends, we can live in the symphony of your love. I thank you for that and pray it in Jesus' name. Amen.